All good, bros. I appreciate the time, man. Won't keep you too long, but obviously want to dig into the new album and the tour and get your opinion on a couple things and look in the rearview mirror a little bit. But dude, let's start with the album. I mean, there's no way to not talk about the past couple years. Everyone sitting on the sidelines during the pandemic and not being able to record, not being able to go out and tour. And now we have a new album, The Wretched and the Ruinous, coming. And I'm kind of curious, man, when did you start working on that? Because Extinctions was 2018. So I figure by 2020, you must have started to been thinking about other riffs and ideas and stuff. But you tell me, where were you at with the album when once you got going on it? Like,
There was probably a couple of ideas and kernels. There was one whole song that was left over from the Extinctions demos that I brought back, and people in the band acted like it was the first time they had heard it. And I was like, well, I submitted that for the Extinctions demos, but you guys probably weren't listening. I think, yeah, it was probably right around 2021. Started, getting down to business. For me, there's no easy way to do it. All it takes is this time, just sitting in this chair with a guitar and putting your nose to it. And I had plenty of time. So to work out all the bad ideas that come first, and then you have to work through those to get to, something good.
well, dude, I just have to say thank you as a metal fan for doing a real metalcore record. I feel like every metalcore record now is block walled and it's got all these keyboard parts and all this earworm ear candy that they call it. And when I listen to Unearth, it just sounds like 4 or 5 guys in a room banging it out in a garage, sweating it out, writing the songs rather than some computer creating the music.
Yeah, it's really the only thing that we know how to do. It's like we kind of just have one move, and it's this.
And this is the first time you being the only guitar player on the album. And I was kind of curious, man, does that make it easier? So then all your riffs get in and all your solos get in? Or is it a little bit more trying because you don't have anyone to bounce ideas off or anyone else to come in with riffs? Or does Trevor or any of the other guys bring in riffs?
Our producer, Will, he's real good with coming up with, we'll get to a part and he's like, this one, we can do better here. And then he helps me like work out something, or he has something to get the song moving. So he came in clutch on a lot of parts when we were doing pre-pro and recording.
Mr. Will Putney we're talking about.
Yes, yeah.
The
He's the current master of heavy music audio production.
He really is, man. So did you get to go up to the mansion and record it up there?
Yeah, he's got a new spot up in Jersey. It was like really cool, awesome. We were up there in the fall, and it's like kind of on a hill, and you could see like the leaves changing. And he's got like a compound for bands to stay over. It's full on over there. It was really nice.
Yeah, I talked to him when the Fit album came out, and just amazing that setup that he's got and the amount of work that guy does. Like you said, he's like the it guy right now, and still manages to do Fit for an Autopsy, and he's got another band on top of that one.
I know he can't sit still.
Either can you guys getting ready to go out on the road here and looking forward to the tour coming through our market, Southern California, May 7th at the Parish Room, very next night at the Regent, downtown LA. And we'll get to the special LA part in just a sec, but Upon a Burning Body along with for the whole run.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of that band. I don't know if we've ever done a proper tour with them, maybe some festivals or shows here and there, but I've always been a fan of theirs, and I'm stoked to just have them out. I think it's such a strong bill. They can't lose.
Night full of riffs, man. Tons of riffs.
Yeah.
And then kind of a special a little paprika thrown on top to the LA show with Bleeding Through being added on.
Hell yeah. Happy to see those guys back. Terrified to play after them as we've always been, because they put on a hell of a show.
And you guys recently were on the same bill. Made sure to wear my God Forbid shirt that you guys were both on that bill. What was that, back in January when they did those reunion shows, right?
That was no, that was a big festival. That was Blue Ridge Rock Fest in Virginia.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And we didn't play the same day. I was gonna actually stay an extra day and like fly home just to see them, but I couldn't make it work. But I bet they'll be playing some more shows. Hopefully you catch them because
Yeah,
they for me they've always been a criminally underrated metal band.
agreed, man. I hope it's the beginning of new things to come with them and getting out there again. And like we touched upon, Bleeding Through, they've been back for a while now. Now they got a new tune out, which is really cool as well.
Yeah, I heard it. It's a banger.
Yeah, loving
I
it.
mean, expected nothing less. So
Of course, of course, dude. Talking about the pandemic, one of the other things I don't know about for you, but for me during that time period, sitting around at home, not being able to go to shows, obviously musician, not being able to play shows, but it got me to thinking about live albums again, and then going back and watching live albums and live DVDs and everything, and it got me thinking about your live album, Alive from the Apocalypse, back from 2008. And really cool that you guys did it in my hood in the 909 and at the Glass House in Pomona, and kind of wanted to go back in time and see if you had any memories from that show, and specifically why the Glass House, or did it just kind of work out that way? Because I figured you would do it in Boston or somewhere in the New England area.
we did it there because it was a really strong market for us at the time. We knew that we could sell the place out and it would look cool on film, and it's just the shows there always historically have just gone off.
Great crowd there in Pomona. We like to throw down, dude, especially with the
100%.
heavy. And it may be time for a new live album. I mean, it's been a while now. I think we're ready for a new live Unearth album.
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it, but it could be something that I suppose could happen if we need to fulfill a contract or something.
So it's not something you really look forward to, just kind of one of those things you have to do.
Yeah, well, that live from the apocalypse one, I think we were looking forward to doing that. Like that was something that we wanted to do because it came with a documentary DVD as well.
But now you get another 2 or 3 albums that you don't have any live documentation of too.
True. I mean, everything's kind of on YouTube. If there's if you want to see a particular song, there's probably a live version on there in decent quality.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Just a whole different world we're living in. I still like the live albums, man. Though I like
it's more cohesive, and it's edited nice, and you got good cool lights and whatnot.
Yeah, dude. As much as we're having fun, I wanted to bring up one kind of sad topic and kind of look back at a fallen hero of all of ours, the late great Trevor Strnad of the Black Dahlia murder, who you toured with, were label mates for a while. Any stories or memories that come to mind when thinking and remembering the late great Trevor?
Just I remember with the tours that we did do with them, it was a nonstop good time, just laughing. One story that comes to mind more recently, we were driving by, we were at a festival in Mexico City, and Black Dahlia was on a golf cart coming one way, and we're on a golf cart going the other way. So I whipped my nuts out and was like, "Hey, check me out!" And they all got a good laugh at that. I don't know if that's appropriate for the audience, but it was funny.
That's one of the things I loved about Trevor, his laugh. He had such an infectious, maniacal laugh, dude. I missed that laugh from him.
Yep, one of the greats.
Yeah, and good to see that they're keeping the band going, and then in turn will keep his memory going.
They sound great still, and I mean, it's their top shelf metal band. Historically, I think they'll forever be remembered. If in 50 years people will be wearing their shirts.
Totally, man. Do you have a favorite Black Dahlia tune we could play for you?
Miasma or Statutory Ape.
Okay, cool. We'll rock one of those for you. And last thing, dude, we're an old school radio station. We still do mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m., which you're going to be a part of. So I'm kind of curious, man. Do you remember the first riff, or do you have a favorite Metallica riff, or what comes to mind when you think of Metallica?
I think of Metallica. I think of when I was a kid. My brother was a little older, and him and all his long-haired jean jacket wearing buddies would come over and try to play those riffs, and that's how I kind of got into it. But Blackened gets me every time. Orion is because I learned how to play the guitar part in Orion when I first started playing guitar. What I would do is I recorded the bass onto a boombox
Mm.
and then on another boombox I'd play the bass back and I would play one half of the guitar lead, you know, and then I would play the harmony to that live and be like, wow, this sounds kind of like it, you know?
Old school. I love that. Play and record and on the cassette at the same time. The multiple
Yeah, and then
boomboxes.
another one. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out their new album? And God, they're back on top of the world.
I haven't checked it out yet, and I wish I jumped on it before I heard any talk of it, because it's like you go on the internet and people say this thing or that thing or whatever. It seems that most people are digging it,
Yeah, I love
which
it.
is cool. Sometimes there's past records have been a bit polarizing.
Mhm.
So, but what I'm seeing, the general consensus is that people are feeling it. So I got to check it out.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think it's their best since the Black album.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That's
I mean,
good stuff.
it's solid, and I kind of expected one of those Nothing Else Matters or some Unforgiven or one of those kind of ballads. No ballads on this one, just straight bangers the whole way through. So really looking forward to seeing them this summer. And I don't know, did you guys did that killer cover of Spirit in Black from Slayer? If you ever would, if Unearth ever did a Metallica cover, you know, for charity or something, what do you think it would be?
I would love to do a Metallica cover. Creeping Death, maybe. Just
Oh,
off the top of my head, I mean, you'd have to talk to the rest of the people in the band, and everyone would have their own pick, and it would just be an argument. But
sure, sure. But Creeping Death is solid. I mean, that's a staple.
yeah,
Die by my that'd be
huge
sick.
pit riff.
Yeah, yeah. And Trevor screaming that'd be sick,
Yeah,
man. Beautiful. Thank you so much for the time, Buzz. Can't wait to see you on the tour, and best of luck with the new album. I'm loving it so far, man.
dude, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Cheers.